Zukema. Gordon Smith, Mike Smith. Oh, that could be picked up by Steve Donlan, a great chance. Donlan going to the line himself. Frome coming onto that. Hogan. The ball lost, picked up by Sean Edwards, who's going after his own kick. This could be a thriller. And again, and he's brought down. But Hill goes on. Will there be an advantage played here? I'm sure there will. Yes. Sean Edwards was obstructed. Mr. Campbell waved play on. And Henderson Gill followed up for the touchdown. Not getting past the ankle tap from Hampson. Gordon Smith. Almost up to 25. A try would certainly do something to restore morale for Rovers, give their fans something to shout about. Robinson, this could be it. Clark. Gary Clark, the scorer. But that's the way it stands this afternoon. Hull Kingston Rovers 6, Wigan 34. John Cowley, chairman of the sponsors, presenting the newest trophy in Rugby League's calendar. First to Graham West. Graham West receiving it on behalf of Wigan. Oh, good run. Good clearing run. And there's Dickinson. McCallion to George. Ah, fair enough. That was a clean heel. Bob Beardmore. Gary Lord, David Plange. Good kick. Gary Lord going for it. Yes. First blood to Castleford. It's Gary Lord with the kick ahead. At George. Halifax trying to get on level terms before half-time. They trail 6-0. Stevens, Stuliff. Storming attack this by Halifax. Stevens. Anderson trying to sidestep through. Gets it away to Scott, to Dixon. Dixon driving for the post himself. Gets the ball out to George. Yes! Wilf George is in. Two. Stevens to Anderson, a short ball. Dixon, Whitfield. Oh, Stevens going beautifully. Haig. George. He's in at the corner. No, the touch judge flag is up. Now, will it be allowed or disallowed? The touch judge says no try. Neat little kick by Bob Beardmore, but well taken by Stevens. Whitfield. Oh, tremendous break by Colin Whitfield. Oh, wonderful break by Colin Whitfield. What a try. Oh, marvellous try. Colin Whitfield, a superb individual effort. A magnificent individual effort by Colin Whitfield from just inside halfway.
Now receive the Orchards Trophy from Mr. J. Cowley, who is chairman of Orchards Brewery. So Chris Anderson going up there now to read.
John Cowley, chairman of Oakles Brewery, the sponsors, handing the charity shield to Chris Anderson, man of the match. Henderson Gill. Typical Henderson Gill run. In and out, everywhere. That's Sean Edwards. Oh, Edwards Edwards going at great speed. This could be the first try to Edwards. That's it. Bell to Gill. Dean Bell. Another Wigan try. Stevens yet again. Penbourne, interception, Edwards. Well, I can't imagine even someone as fast as Mike Taylor can stop him. An interception just when Halifax were attacking. Sean Edwards, second try. Pendlebury slipping it out beautifully to Jolliffe. Oh, good running by Brian Jolliffe, a lovely try. Beautifully made by Pendlebury. Drew in the defence, a short ball to Jolliffe, and Jolliffe finished it off. Well, Graham West has a habit of picking up and holding trophies aloft as the first one of the new season.
Dougie, it's the first occasion that Widnes have played in the All Kells Charity Shield. How's the club looking forward to the challenge?
Very much, really. We are taking the game very seriously. Obviously, Wigan have been in it the last 3 years now, and they will want a bit of licking. But I feel as though the side's getting better all the time. I feel we're certainly on a par with Wigan now, so it should be one tremendous game tomorrow.
Is everybody fit, Doug?
Yeah, I'm at full strength, apart from Tony Myler, who's a long-standing injury, but he should be fit any week now, and that'll improve us a little bit more.
What about the setback you had last week, or was it, do you term it as a setback, that defeat against St Helens?
Well, as you know, at the time I wasn't here, I was in New Zealand. I haven't seen a video of it, I don't think it was on Tuck, and I don't really know, but to be quite honest, any side going to St Helens always has difficulty winning. I mean, we struggled there a couple of times last year, so I'm not that too disappointed about that, because you do have to hit your straps and you have to get your timing right and everything, so I think tomorrow will be a different story.
Now, it's certainly a tough competitive game tomorrow, playing this Wigan team. They're almost at full strength. What about the team itself? Have you got any special plans up your sleeve to beat Wigan tomorrow?
I've nothing really special. I mean, the basic thing I want to tighten up from the St Helens game, on the stories I've heard, is basically we lacked a bit of discipline at St Helens. We had 2 players simbing, which we didn't have all last year. Well, I think we had 2 all last year, and to get that in one match, that was what I was very annoyed about when I got back. And I think our defence wasn't as good as it should be, so I've been working on that all week. And basically the game's like that. If you defend well and you keep your discipline up, and we have players who can go the length of the field, then, as Wigan have as well, then it will be anybody's game.
Now, what about some people, some of the critics have been talking about burnout, because you've had a lot of lads who've done a tour this summer. How do you see that coming into the game?
Well, maybe David Hume may be a little bit tired as the season goes on, but he should be the only one. I mean, a Fire's on the wing, and the other 4 only went out there for the last 5 or 6 weeks, so it should have been a nice little footballing holiday for them. It should have been more fun than tiredness. So that doesn't worry me.
What about the stand and the stadium and the pitch itself? It's only a very small enclosed ground. Do you think that will handicap your style?
Well, the weather's going to be the main thing we've all got to get over, because it's going to be a bit of a lottery with that, if it stays like it is, with that wind and rain and everything. So that worries me more than the actual pitch. I mean, a bit of grass is a bit of grass, whatever it is. Mm-hmm. So the main worry I'll have is the conditions, which are the same. I mean, that's probably what makes an English season so different than the Australian season, that we have at times a lot of different conditions to play in.
We can have 4 seasons all in one day, can't we, really?
We can have them in 20 minutes, can't we, at times? Yeah, I've seen it snowing and all, and then the sun come out. Yeah, it is. It's amazing.
Well, good luck tomorrow, Doug. I'm sure it's going to be a cracking game, and there's plenty of spectator support for both teams. What about the noise level?
Well, it'd be nice, I think. I mean, I think there's probably the biggest crowd they've had for this actual game, and I know there's a lot of people come from Widnes, as there are from Wigan. I think mainly because the way both sides finished last season. I mean, Wigan were tremendous at Wembley, and we were tremendous at Old Trafford, so they're the two sort of sides. I mean, if I was a spectator, they're the 2 sides I'd want to see play against one another in the first game of the season. So I think that'll make for a great atmosphere.
Good luck tomorrow, Dougie.
Thank you.
Hi, my name's Barry, by the way. Well done, Barry. Hi, ladies.
Hello.
Are you here for the weekend?
Yes, we are.
Did you fly over? Did you come on a boat?
Come on Friday afternoon from Manchester.
Having a good time?
Fantastic.
Who's going to win today?
Wigan,
Who do
of
you think?
course.
What score, love?
I don't know if it'll be close, it'll be a hard match, but the best team will win.
What about this season? How are they going to do this season?
Same as always. Greatest.
The greatest. Put yourself next to all these characters.
Doesn't matter, doesn't matter, no. If we have a good as time with these supporters as we did with Halifax last year, it will be fantastic.
All right. Thanks very much.
Thank you.
Now, are you guys watching the kids here today?
We come anyway.
Yeah, come anyway.
Over the weekend, but it's great because
bonus.
obviously
This has
as
made
well.
it better this year.
Right. Are you affiliated to any particular club? Rochdale Hornets?
Rochdale Hornets,
My
yeah.
word. When are you going to start watching rugby league?
We did about 20 years ago.
Did you? Who's going to win today, lads?
Be a close game.
Widnes.
Could be going. I think Widnes might win because Wigan's had the Indian sign over on last season and they were very unlucky on a few occasions.
Right.
Could be Widnes
Hanley
today.
not playing, and
Hanley's not playing yet. It could make a big difference.
And there's an ex-Hornets player playing for Widnes as well, which makes it quite interesting.
All right, lads. Thanks a lot. There you go.
Lynn.
And your name?
Rita.
Who's going to win today?
Wigan.
Wigan?
Yes, we
Are you over for the weekend?
Yes.
Did you fly over?
No, we
Did you go
came
on the
back,
ferry?
yes.
Where are you staying?
Palace.
For the where?
Palace.
For the Palace?
Yeah.
Who's your favourite player?
And a good way.
Andy Goodway. He's playing today.
I know he is.
He's going to score in sensational tries.
I hope so, yeah.
Who's your favourite player?
Stevie Hampson.
He's playing as well today.
Yes.
Come back after long injury layout.
Yes.
Is he going to do the job?
Of course he is. As long as we keep away from him.
What's going to be the score today?
Oh, I don't know, but we'll win.
You'll win.
We'll
Definitely
win.
win.
Definitely
Well,
win.
have a nice day, girls.
Thank you.
Come here, love. This one's a bit braver. Come here. This one's a bit braver. Come here. What's your name, love?
Deb.
Debbie.
Yeah.
Are you for the weekend?
Yeah.
Are you with some naughty boys round here?
You are?
Are you with some naughty boys round here?
No, we're just come and sat with us.
Who's going to win today?
McGee, of course.
What score?
32-12.
Who's your favourite player?
Joe Larden.
Joe Larden. He's
Yeah.
got lovely legs, hasn't
He
he?
has got a lovely bum as well.
All right, thanks, love. Come here, ladies. Come here, ladies. What's your name, love?
Olive.
Olive.
Rose.
Rose, who's going to win today?
Wigan.
You're not from Wigan, are you?
No.
Are you for the weekend, ladies?
No, Crispin. Crispin. Yeah, we're here for the
You're
weekend.
here for the weekend. Who are you with? You better half.
Crispin.
All this mob here. All right. Enjoy yourself. What's your name, my love?
Pat Price.
Pat, we haven't seen many Widnes fans here today. Why not?
Well, there was one ferry cancelled last night because of the storms. You reckon there's 800, 900 fans waiting to come over.
Really?
They cancelled them.
Who are you with?
Who am I with? Who have I come like?
Yeah, who have you come with?
We've done our own, come on our own, men.
Have
our
you?
own
Are you with the party girls or with your husband? Who are you with?
No, party girls.
All right, who's your favourite player?
Well, anyone. Kurt's
Anyone.
Donaldson mostly.
Is he? Big Kurt's playing today.
It is, yeah.
So listen. Excuse me, man, just a minute. Hang on a second. You give me a kiss in a minute. What's that? Listen, what do you think of Wigan fans?
Great, we had a great night with them.
Did you?
Good
Last
fans.
night? Did you get
Great
drunk with
night. Yes, 3:30 this morning.
Good stuff. Well done, my love.
Come on then.
Listen, I'll have a word. The only good promise from the fist behind John Cowley, chairman of the Isle of Man Breweries. Well, it looks like we've got another fantastic day.
I think so, and I'm very much looking forward to it.
John, what about the whole occasion itself? What instigated you bringing rugby league to the Isle of Man?
Well, originally it was the idea of Paul Gaskell of General Promotions, and I think he was looking to create some playing of rugby league in the Isle of Man, but because of the expense of teams travelling backwards and forwards, that was not on. And then he approached the Rugby League and to try and resurrect the Charity Shield, and came and asked me would I be happy to sponsor it, and it seemed a very good idea to me, and we've been sponsoring it for the last 4 years.
Now, I think it's synonymous that beer and rugby league go together, but exactly how much do all cows put into the occasion itself?
Well, in terms of sponsorship, we're putting in £6,000 for the winners.
It's a winner-take-all situation, is it?
Winners take all.
Now, what about the weekend itself in terms of everybody, the business commercial section? I mean, everybody benefits from all these people coming across from the mainland, don't they?
Yes, everybody benefits. I think the hoteliers here benefit from it, the carriers benefit from it, obviously the pubs benefit from it, and all the island businesses do also.
And you're saying we've got a beautiful day here today. Everybody seems to be enjoying themselves. How about you and your company?
Well, we're having a fun day, the same as everybody else is.
Thank you very much, John. Well, Bob, it looks like we've got another fantastic day in store.
Well, this is my third time here at the Isle of Man, and I think the sun shines on the righteous, and the sun is certainly shining on us today, so we're going to have a great day, yes.
I think everybody's enjoying themselves. Of course, the sun always helps. You know, I mean, looking around the ground, looks like we're going to get a full house here.
Oh, this is marvellous. I was just talking to the John Cowley's wife. Said they had a soccer tournament here just recently. There were 6 people in the stands. So to see the stadium full is quite magnificent for the island. So this is what Rugby League's brought to the island.
I'm sure you're having a good weekend yourself, along with all the other Rugby Football League officials.
Oh, it's been tremendous, this coming here to the Isle of Man. I think it's somewhat magical when you come to an island, and the Isle of Man people have made us very welcome. They've sort of done everything possible to make the occasion great, and I think Wigan and Widnes are going to make this a great day for Rugby League.
Okay.
Cheers.
Thanks, Bob.
Widnes, the champions and premiership holders, take the field in not their normal white strip, but in a red and white strip. Welcome to a once again sunny Douglas Bowl on the Isle of Man for the 4th Oakels Brewery Charity Shield. And what a match in prospect between last season's top 2 sides, because here come Wigan in their cherry and white hoops. 2 sides who both won their titles by playing the finest quality rugby league, exciting open running backed by strong defence. Widnes picked up that end of season double, championship and premiership. Wigan outclassed Halifax in a Wembley procession of sparkling tries. So the stage is set at this picturesque little ground on the outskirts of Douglas for a scintillating encounter. At stake there's a £6,000 prize from the sponsors Oakels, and a great deal of professional pride among the players, the coaches, Doug Lawton and Graham Lowe, the directors, and certainly not least the fans of these 2 neighbouring clubs. Great friends off the field, but of course bitter rivals on it. The crowd is between 4,500 and 5,000, as good-humoured and well-behaved as we've come to expect. And there's also every reason to expect a cracking game. The referee is Ray Tennant of Castleford, and to quickly run through the teams, Widnes have Alan Tate, signed from Kelso last season in Scotland, playing at fullback. 3/4, Rick Thackeray, Darren Wright, Andy Currier and Martin Offia. At half-back, Barry Dowd and David Hume. And in the pack, Kurt Sorensen, Phil McKenzie, Joe Grimmer, Paul Hume, Mike O'Neill and Richard Ayres, with the subs Steve O'Neill and Derek Pike. Wigan have Steve Hampson making a welcome return to the fold after the tragedy of his latest fracture, which kept him out of the Australasian tour. The 3/4 are Henderson Gill, Dean Bell, Joe Lydon and Mark Preston. The half-backs are Jed Byrne, of course, standing in for the injured Sean Edwards, and Andy Gregory, who received or is about to receive, when the presentations have taken place, the Gola Independent Award for the Outstanding Sportsman of the Month. And among the things that the judges look for are fun and style. Well, Andy always enjoys his rugby and certainly has a style of his own, and he's the first rugby league player ever to receive this award. Both sides being introduced to the Mayor of Douglas, to the Chairman of the new Board of Directors of Rugby League, Bob Ashby, to John Cowley of Oakles, the sponsors. It's a gorgeous afternoon here at the Douglas Bowl. Been very lucky with the weather in the 4 years that it's been held here. There was 1 year when there was intermittent rain in the middle, but the sun managed to stay out. Widnes, of course, came good at the end of last season. They didn't have a particularly good season against Wigan. Wigan something of a bogey team for Widnes last season, and I know that Doug Lawton and the team are anxious to lay that particular bogey this afternoon. Wigan, the side, very conscious through Graham Lowe of the need for total professionalism. A lot of people thought at first that this match would be something of an exhibition game and not taken too seriously. I'm sure this one will. It's the ideal pipe opener for the new season, and both coaches know that you start off with a win, whatever the type of match. It is, after all, for a trophy. The newly instituted Charity Shield is regarded as one of the trophies of Rugby League, to rank alongside the County Cups and the John Player, and consequently both sides are out to win. But of course the main thing that will motivate the side this afternoon is pride. This is one of those Lancashire derbies, despite the messing around with county boundaries and all these new local authorities. It's still very much an old-fashioned Lancashire derby in the sunshine, with a big enthusiastic crowd and a trophy at stake. Of course there will be comparisons made this afternoon. Everyone will want to try to work out who's the fastest. Martin Offier getting his new pronunciation, because that's the way his family pronounced the name, and Mark Preston, the young man from Fylde and England B Rugby Union, who made such a hit with Wigan last season, getting 5 tries in 1 game before he was injured. And of course quite a few tourists and internationals on both sides, including in the Widnes pack Paul Hume, who was sent out to Australia as a late replacement and was one of the stars of that fine win against Australia in the 3rd test at Sydney. Lots of eyes on Steve Hampson. It's a big afternoon for Steve. That 3rd fracture which knocked him out of the tour. He wouldn't be human if he wasn't thinking, well, surely I can't break another limb. And so there'll be an awful lot of pressure, psychological pressure, on Steve this afternoon, and everyone here will wish him well. Well, it looks as if the preliminaries are now over. Fine crowd gathered on the touchline. The public address system working overtime, and Andy Gregory is coming over to receive the Gola Independent Award. Before the business begins in earnest, there's Andy Gregory receiving the Gola Independent Award as Sportsman of the Month, the first rugby league player amid all the golfers and footballers and rugby union players to receive that award. And a big hand from the crowd from combative little Andy. Of course, the star, or one of them, let's give them all credit, of that great test win at Sydney. And Andy captaining the side this afternoon, shakes hands with Kurt Sorensen. That's the first time and the last time they'll be nice to each other all afternoon. Well, I don't suppose there'll be too much confusion in the colours, even though they're both red and white. This Wigan wearing their distinctive and time-honoured cherry and white hoops. Widnes wearing what is primarily a red jersey with white shoulders and upper forearms. And it will be Wigan to kick off through Joe Light. A few ears have been deafened by that. But now we do have the kick-off. It's Thackeray picking up behind his own line and trying to run it clear. Inside the Widnes 22-metre line, and it's Mike O'Neill. Mackenzie swinging it out, finding Joe Grimmer. Joe Grimmer, Simon from Swinton. Oh, penalty, the first penalty of the game to Widnes. Of course, this season we've got quite a few new laws, new rules coming in. There can be only one marker by the defending side at the play the ball. Everybody except the feeding scrum half must get behind the scrum, and no matter how the ball becomes dead after the 5th tackle, there will be a handover. One or two other new laws as well, but those are the 3 main ones. It's Paul Hume reversing direction with Sorensen, little scissors movement. Mike O'Neill gets to the halfway line. Handover and loses possession. It's Henderson Gill coming away for Wigan. Wigan in possession for the first time. Goodway out to Preston, who has to lean back to get it. Slips it out to Dean Bell, and Dean Bell hammered to earth. So if anyone thought this was going to be a friendly exhibition game, there's an illustration. It isn't going to be. Indeed, a penalty awarded by Ray Tennant to Wigan. Joe Lydon to take the kick. The sun's shining, but there is a very powerful wind here at the Douglas Bowl this afternoon, which could have some effect. Certainly kickers at goal will have to watch it. Nicky Kiss for Wigan. Gregory, Shelford. Shelford now back with his Wigan teammates after being one of the strong men of New Zealand's rather fortunate win in the World Cup encounter. That's Brian Case. Brian Case storming forward, heading well into Widnes territory. Gregory, Goodway gets the ball out neatly to Hampson. Steve Hampson to Shelford, has to take it standing still, but gets off on a big strong gallop. Down he goes, but it's Wigan now, just outside the 22-metre line, to Andy Gregory. Gregory, the little kick. Well, he will claim that he was obstructed, but Mr. Tennant didn't say anything wrong with that. And offside against Wigan. No score in the early minutes of this match between Widnes, the champions and Premiership holders. Wigan, the Challenge Cup holders. Wigan making their 3rd appearance in 4 seasons. It's almost a home from home, and Grimmer gets it motoring for Widnes immediately. So it's Widnes now in a strong attacking position. Sorensen, great inspiring leader last season in pursuit of those 2 trophies. David Hume throws a rather loose pass. It's Grimmer who gets it out, and the ball's running loose. Wigan will get that. 1 or 2 sloppy passes there, rather careless, and Wigan take advantage. Henderson Gill going right down the middle. Gets the halfway line. It's Kiss attacking halfback. Gregory waiting for it. Gregory now has to take the tackles, and he's pushed back, getting a bit of help from Andy Goodway. Gregory, Goodway, short ball to Wayne. Wayne to the halfway line. Kiss again acting halfback. The short kick. And it's Preston who can't gather that awkwardly bouncing ball. He's given offside, and it's a penalty to Widnes. Barry Dowd bangs the ball into touch, goes for accuracy rather than distance. It's Grimmer. Joe Grimmer will want to establish a regular place in the Widnes squad this season. Sorensen, not much doubt about his place, but the Wigan tacklers are not giving Sorensen room to move. Dowd. Oh, a nice short kick by Dowd. Good ground gainer. Something like 25 metres on that one. Scrum down on the Wigan 22-metre line, or if you prefer it, 25-yard line. It's Gregory to Hampson. Hampson there up in the line, almost gets through, but an allegation that he was being held down in the tackle. So penalty to Wigan. Dowd was the man adjudged to have held down Gregory. It'll be Lydon to take the kick. And that may well be outside the Douglas Bowl. Need to be retrieved from the gardens outside as Wigan come forward is Brian Case. Case holding on to the ball hard. They're trying to take it off him. There's a second ball coming back. Get booted off in a moment by Gregory. But meanwhile, it's Kiss who's going forward. Gregory up at acting half, back to Shelford. Shelford pounding through. What a powerful worker he is. Very strong man. Shelford to Kiss to Gregory. Gregory the long one. Nicely picked up by Byrne. But he's brought down, and certainly the tackling's been hard, unrelenting between these two great rivals. It's Goodway now. Goodway is still moving. Finally brought down. We're on to the sixth tackle. And it's Gregory feinting to kick instead. Slips or attempts to slip the ball out, and it's 6 more. Wigan have 6 more. And Steve Hampson, who thought that he'd knocked that ball backwards, is overruled by Mr. Tennant. It's a knock-on. Coming up to 10 minutes gone, still no score. It's Widnes ball and a clear offside then. Probably a case of not retiring, the new rule working. The defending scrum half must get round the back of the scrum. And Andy Gregory just a little too keen. Barry Dowd, a good touch finder. It's Mackenzie. Mackenzie to Mike O'Neill. Mike O'Neill looking to part with the ball, can't, wants to get up and play it. Richard Ayres wasn't quite ready for that. It bounced away from him to Goodway. Goodway over the halfway line. Dean Bell acting half back. Kiss to Gregory. Gregory always available to Byrne. Byrne to Hampson. Henderson Gill. That bobbing, weaving run. Direction doesn't always seem to matter to Henderson as long as he beats his man. 2 or 3 of them, in fact. That's Gregory again. Quickly out to Case. Case gets Kurt Sorensen very quickly, but manages to get the ball away to Sean Wayne. Gregory. The long one to Preston. Preston trying to use the touchline, but there wasn't enough of it left. Now Widnes having to do most of the defending, but doing it well at the moment. David Hume to feed. That's a peculiar sort of scrum. It a bit come out from behind the Wigan feed. In fact, it's Sean Wayne who emerged with that. And a penalty to Wigan. Joe Lydon coming across. Puts it in touch, so a chance now for Wigan to launch a decisive attack. Widnes are going to need all their defensive powers now. Close to the line, it's Gregory deciding to go himself. When Gregory has the ball, anything can happen. Sometimes confuses even his own players, but he certainly confuses defenders. There's Shelford battering towards the line. Shelford brought down, but still it's Wigan looking for the opening try in this Charity Shield game. It's Gregory, the long low one, beautifully picked up by Goodway to Bell. Lydon to Hampson. Hampson the kick ahead, going for the touch. Didn't make it, so it's a quick play from the 22-metre line by Sorensen. Barry Dowd really ran out quickly with that one. Hume trying to relieve pressure with the wind, and a tremendous kick. That's a magnificent kick by David Hume. A real 60-yarder. And there's no doubt about it, as we look at the flags, that in this first half the wind will favour Widnes, in the second half Wigan. That was Gregory's feed. Mr. Tennant not happy about the scrummaging, so Gregory feeds again. Wigan have it, but they're defending their own line. Dean Bell wanting a bit of support, goes left where most of the support is. Intelligent play that by Bell. There are only two men to his right, most of the Wigan team to his left. Took the safe option. It's Shelford. Shelford already showing what a power he'll be in the game. That was a nice ball from Gregory to Wayne. Wayne waiting for support to Dean Bell. Kiss to Gregory, to Byrne. Byrne brought down as he shaped the pass to Goodway. It's Lydon. Gregory again, here, there and everywhere, behind Henderson Gill. Gill coming inside. Moves it out to Goodway. Goodway knocks off Sorensen. Will make sure at the second attempt, and that's a handover to Mike O'Neill. Barry Dowd rather running into Goodway. And Kurt Sorensen, for the time being, rubbing his hip and not taking any part in the proceedings. Must have got a bang in that little clash with Andy Goodway. Perfectly clean but hard. It's Hume to Andy Currier, and it's Currier who's brought down. Currier and Wright, the Widnes centres, both went out as replacements on tour. There's Sorensen, good ball to Dowd, and as Mike O'Neill got the ball, he got it out beautifully to Mackenzie under the tackle, but that was meant for Martin Offia. His first touch of the ball, wasn't quite ready for it, and down to earth go both the ball and Offia. Wigan's ball, and Mr. Tennant has caught the Widnes three-quarters all offside. It's over, quarter of an hour gone. Penalty to Wigan, no score in what is already developing into a very hard-fought and well-contested Charity Shield final. Well, that Joe Lydon had a bit of luck there. It wasn't going straight into touch, but it bounced awkwardly. So Wigan again with a chance to launch a major assault. They've done most of the attacking so far. It's Brian Case with that first powerful drive. Kiss to Wayne. Wayne now moving towards the line. Shelford to Gregory. Gregory to Bell. Bell turning inside. Widnes holding out, but it's pretty severe pressure. Bell playing it to himself, and inside to Hampson. Hampson going for the line, and he's a matter of about 5 yards away, playing the ball. That's Gregory. Gregory fires it out, and what an interception was on there for Thackeray. And what a scramble this is. Mr. Tennant watching for it, deciding half a dozen knock-ons is one too many. But certainly Rick Thackeray, as that ball came out to Mark Preston, was moving in for the interception. Didn't quite make it. It was a chancy one. If he'd missed it, of course, Preston was in. Gregory to Byrne. Byrne straightening up well. Gets it out beautifully to Bell. Bell, the long one. This must be a try. It's Joe Lydon in for the first try of the Charity Shield. Beautifully worked move. And when the ball eventually flew out to Joe Lydon. The Widnes cover was hopelessly outflanked. Fine try. And Wigan take a 4-0 lead. Well, that's been threatened for some time. Most of the attacking has come from Wigan. Most of the pressure. Good defending by Widnes. Here's Lydon trying to convert his own try, but he's wide, so the score remains Wigan 4, Widnes 0. So Widnes behind. Their hoodoo in last season's games against Wigan persists, but plenty of time left. They're still in the first quarter of the game. Wigan lead 4-0, and it's Andy Currier to kick off. Gregory to Tony Iro, playing in the second row, and how he's matured and improved since he came to Central Park as a sort of make-weight with brother Kevin, now threatening to become a fully fledged international. Wigan inside their own half. Byrne to Bell. Bell, Lydon. Fine rugby this by Wigan. They're keeping up the pressure and they hold a 4-0 lead. That's Case. Inside to Bell. Dean Bell, of course, will want to shake off his season of injuries, prove himself back to full fitness. That's Gregory straightening up. Wall shooting through from a standing start, looking for Preston. Nicely tackled by his object number, David Hume. They were mates and half-back partners on the tour, but all that's forgotten in the heat of battle now. That's a high dipping one, and who else but Hampson would take that on the full. Absolutely fearless. It's Widnes in possession with Darren Wright, and Wigan offside. Well, Widnes trying to break this stranglehold of the Wigan tackling. We haven't yet seen a sustained attack. It's Widnes now trying to get the try that would equalise the scores. Mike O'Neill. Mike O'Neill looking for space to get it out, manages to do so, gets it to Mackenzie. Mackenzie to Currier. So Widnes now putting some purpose into their attacking. It's the first time they've had a real sniff at the Wigan line. It's Paul Hume out to his brother David, to Dowd, but solid tackling brings down Dowd. Brian Case in on that. David Hume, a lovely dummy. So they're over the Wigan 25 in an attacking position now for the first time. There's the kick, and well, that bounced nicely off Shelford for Wigan, but a bit more life in the Widnes attack then. They trailed by just those 4 points, that Joe Lydon try, and it's Wigan defending. Case side 2. Andy Goodway. Gregory, 1 dummy, 2 dummies. Half brought down by Sorensen. Hume finishes the job. Hampson, that's charged down by Mike O'Neill. It's still in play, and it's in touch now. So, Widnes now, after conceding that early try, putting some pressure on themselves. The head and ball given to Widnes, which is just what they want. Deep in Wigan territory. Out he comes, Hume to Dowd. Up comes Darren Wright. Going well. Darren Wright still fighting for possession. Holding it, so this is Widnes' best attack of the game so far, and they're awarded a penalty. Joe Lydon holding his man down. Probably pretty calculated by Joe. While the defence got together, it was pretty split. And this will be a kick at goal. Andy Currier to go for the first points on the board for Widnes. They trail 4-0. They have a penalty kick. And if he lands this, and he does have the wind behind him, but of course that can often be as big a disadvantage as advantage. You can misjudge it just as badly. But Andy Courier, with what looks, at least from here, a simple enough kick to make it 4-2. The wind blowing it over as he makes his little mound. Fairly powerful wind blowing out there, and Widnes have the advantage of it at the moment. Over he goes. Is someone going to have to put their finger on it? Yes, Joe Grimmer volunteers. Andy Courier with this penalty for Widnes. Over it goes, and it's 4-2 to Wigan. Well, that'll put a lot of heart into the Widnes challenge. They took a lot of pressure from Wigan, which culminated in that Leiden try, but during the past few minutes they've come right back into it, and just 2 points in it. Wigan 4, Widnes 2. And Joe Leiden to kick off into the teeth of this rather fierce wind. Wigan will be rather pleased to have this behind them in the second half, unless it miraculously drops. There's Leiden, and it's taken by O'Neill. Widnes will want to get 1 or 2 points in front, and Mike O'Neill lost possession in front of the referee Tennant there. Scrum down, well inside the Widnes half. Gregory feeds, up the ball comes, Byrne, Bell, and Byrne again on the run around. Hampson up in the line, up to the 25. Henderson Gill. It's Wigan in full cry again now. It's Nicky Kiss as acting halfback. Sean Wayne, just 10 yards away. Wigan looking for their second try. Gregory to Byrne. He's got men on his left. Up comes Goodway for the short one. Goodway looking to give the ball to Bell. Gets it out. And it's Thackeray coming inside to tackle. But this is powerful stuff by Wigan. Sustained attack. Good tackling drove Dean Bell back. Preston to Goodway. Goodway to Gregory, again changing direction, moves it out to the powerful Shelford, but he's well held by Mike O'Neill and Thackeray. Tackles running out. The inevitable Gregory. Slipping it out to Case to Goodway. Goodway, the high kick meant for Hampson and Gill. Offier's in front of it. He can't hold it. It's picked up and thrown anywhere. Oh, that was a loose ball, but the referee had already blown for a knock-on. It's inside the 25. Gregory should get possession from this. Does with Byrne. Bit of a run around with Gill. Leiden sold the dummy, but good tackle. Excellent tackle by Darren Wright. Byrne is the acting halfback to Tony Iro. Tony Iro held. Widnes again having to defend powerfully. Goodway, Case looking to pass the ball to Goodway again. Goodway to Bell to Byrne straighten it up. Oh, a good weaving run by Jed Byrne. Sustained pressure by Wigan as they look for their second try. With Gregory, well, run out of options then. And it's a handover. In fact, a crossing award, and it's a penalty to Widnes. Hammered into touch by Dowd, wind assisted, right over beyond the crowd, quite thick and deep on the far side. It's Sorensen airs There's a thudding tackle. Richie Ayres, yet another of Widnes players who flew out to the aid of their country towards the end of the Australian tour. This is Paul Hume. Releases the ball. It's Mackenzie. Mackenzie looking. Oh, gets it out to Rick Thackeray. And Thackeray almost up to the 25. Mackenzie did well to get it out. Now it's Hume to David Hume. And the long one to Sorensen. Sorensen to Darren Wright. But a fine tackle. It was Lydon who brought him down. It's Martin Offia going for the post. Is this a try by Martin Offia? Yes, it is. An Offia special gives Widnes the lead. And he goes... Well, he went to the back where there's a lot of Wigan fans there. Well, and sportingly, they're applauding it. That's the true spirit of the game. Great individual try by Martin Offia. Took it out on the touchline, saw the gap, went round Hampson, and suddenly, after spending so much time on defence, that brilliant try by the flying winger and top try scorer in Australasia, Martin Offia, has put Widnes in front by 6 points to 4, with again what appears to be a simple conversion kick to come by Andy Currio. Yes, over it goes. So Wigan, who've taken so much, Widnes 8, Wigan 4. Lydon to kick off. Picked up by Thackeray, whose initial burst after taking the inside ball from Mackenzie set up that Widnes try. And coming up to half an hour in the game. Widnes leading by 8 points to 4 in this fourth Charity Shield game. Wigan haven't lost a Charity Shield game here. They beat Hull Kingston Rovers and Halifax. And a knock on by Steve Hampson. I think a lot of people will forgive him that. Steve had that awful long time out last season while he worried whether his whole career was over. Don't think anyone's going to castigate him for the odd knock-on in his first game back, but it's David Hume setting up another Widnes attack. Barry Dowd getting the ball out well to Paul Hume, and Widnes now having a spell inspired by that try. Now Mr. Tennant having to split up a bit of a row. With bringing the little pepper pot Andy Gregory out, and he's pleading his case. Mr. Tennant is saying no. In fact, a bit of mime to show what Gregory was supposed to be doing, and this looks like chance for 2 more points for Widnes. Andy Curry has already banged 2 kicks over. This could be the third. The free kicks have been fairly simple, but of course they're always simpler from here than they are from there. But Andy shouldn't really make any mistake with this one. Well, this shows that it great yell of relief from the Wigan fans, and Andy Curry will hope that that miss isn't significant later in the game. Widnes leading by 8 points to 4. That one aimed for the mayor, and Lydon bangs it down to Thackeray. Widnes will want to get as many points on the board as they can before half-time, because Wigan will certainly use that wind in the second half. Mackenzie, David Hume, Mike O'Neill, Thumped down on the halfway line by Tony Iro. Paul Hume inside to Sorensen. Tremendous break, but not a good ball by Sorensen. It was knee high. Otherwise, that would have been trouble for Wigan again. So it's Wigan now who've had a spell on defence after dominating the first 20 minutes. And it's Shelford. Good strong break up the middle by Wayne. Good way, in fact, now to Gregory. Gregory still attempting to move the ball. He won't go down. It's strong, pugnacious little man. Kiss. Good way. And this is the final tackle to Gregory. Gregory kicking deep. Thackeray going back for it. It's bouncing rather awkwardly, but goes out in touch and go. Mackenzie retrieves it. Grimmer. Thumped down as Widnes hold on to the 8-4 lead in these closing minutes of the first half. There's Mackenzie, a typical break from the acting half-back position. Back to Dowd. Dowd with the win, kicking deep. Fielded safely this time by Hampson. Hampson going forward on one of those charges. Brought down just Wigan side of the halfway line. Coming up strongly on the burst, Shelford. Shelford gets it out well. And Kiss throws out a loose pass, but it's picked up. Preston. Not many opportunities for young Mark Preston this afternoon. He's not had a lot of touchline in which to work. Hume. He tries to go the blind side, runs straight into Gregory, but keeps going. Mackenzie, and a penalty awarded against Kiss, a little too quickly. And Nicky Kiss inquiring of the referee, but he was round the back before the ball had been played. So Dowd bangs it into touch, and again it's Widnes as half-time approaches, who are on the attack, leading 8 points to 4 after conceding that early try to Joe Lydon. This is a familiar Widnes. Everyone could see he had it. The question was, where was he going? In the end, nowhere. Hume, Ayres, bounced back. Again, the break from the acting half-back position sets up an attack. That was Mackenzie. This is Currier. Currier looking for support. It's Widnes close to the Wigan line. Playing the ball. Mackenzie to David Hume. David Hume straightens up towards the post to Dowd. Dowd going for the post, rolling. Held back no more than a yard away. On the final tackle, there's the long one thrown out to Ayres. Ayres tries to kick the ball. And it's a handover because Ayres, whatever happens on the final tackle, it goes to the defending side for a handover. And it's Case doing the front row forwards job. Shelford missed out this time. Iro getting it up beautifully to Kiss, and now to Bell. A good break from inside their own half. Dean Bell. Good cover tackling by Paul Hume, but Wigan still in attack. Gill coming over to join. Gill still going strongly, looking for support. Jed Byrne, tremendous attack this by Wigan. Gregory, a short one to Shelford. Down goes Shelford. We're on the last tackle, but what a lot of ground has been covered by Wigan. There's Gregory, puts up the high bomb. Bounces clear. The ball thrown loose. It's still moving with Gill, but it's gone about 25 to 30 yards back to Preston. An appeal for a forward pass. Preston going for the line himself. He's almost there. Releases the ball and his feet are in touch. That was a dangerous moment. And Alan Tate, the Widnes fullback, is having attentions of going for that high bomb from Gregory. He's holding his ribs. It looks as if his ribs are giving him pain. Well, looks as if he's all right now. Hume to feed. And he's harried by Gregory. And a penalty awarded. It's Dowd who hammers it into touch. Close to 40 minutes now. Widnes 8, Wigan 4. Grimmer, well, getting near the touchline on the first tackle. They'll want to move it inside, away from there. Moved away by Mackenzie to Sorensen. Sorensen, Widnes knowing that it's getting close to half-time, not going to do anything foolish. That's Dowd to Paul Hume, to Mike O'Neill. Mike O'Neill slipping it out to Paul Hume, to his brother David. And David, angled kick. Hampson. Hampson going for the touchline. Throws off the attentions of Thackeray. But not of Ayres and David Hume. Preston to Sean Wayne. Powerful burst. Gregory the long one to Byrne. Byrne to Bell, Goodway, Lydon, Gill. But the cover was always there from Widnes. Wigan keep it going, keeping it moving with Goodway. Goodway decide to go put a wedge in the Widnes defence. Kiss, Gregory, again straightening up, tries the short ball. Kicked by Ayres to David Hume, and David Hume over the halfway line. Mackenzie, good ball to Sorensen looking inside. It's Tate up there in the line. Alan Tate, the man from Kelso. He's waiting to play the ball, plays it. It's Ayres, Dowd, Paul Hume, and David Hume drops it. It's fly kick, fortunately into the arms of Nicky Kiss. Bit of untidy play there, the ball flying here, there and everywhere. It ends up in Nicky Kiss's hands. Plays the ball to himself, goes a few yards further. Acting half-back is Wayne. Gregory the short kick, going through, and a nice diving catch by his opposite number, David Hume. That's Tate again. Normally a strong running centre in his rugby union days, but at full-back this afternoon, Mackenzie from acting half-back, his favourite ploy. Widnes took a lot of hammering in the opening 20 minutes and conceded a try to Joe Lydon, but they've come back well to lead 8-4. As Mike O'Neill looking to give the ball to Darren Wright. Now can Darren Wright make the corner before Hampson moves the ball inside and knocked down by Jed Byrne. Darren Wright looking for Offia, but first man there was Jed Byrne. Well, that looked like try number 2 for Widnes. It looked as if Darren Wright might try to take on Steve Hampson on his own. Instead he passed inside to Martin Offia, but it was Jed Byrne who was there to knock it down. But it's a dropout against the wind. Time still for Widnes to try to get another try. And it's Darren Wright again. Widnes powering in. Paul Hume, David Hume. Inside to Dowd. Dowd just over the 25. And it's Currier going himself. looking for support to Mike O'Neill, sells a dummy. Strong stuff this by Widnes, and Andy Gregory's lying on the ground injured while Widnes put in this powerful attack. They've got men to spare. It's Tate looking for support, but there was no one outside him. Darren Wright had moved inside. Grimmer going strongly for the line. Grimmer inside, and Offia drops it, but it's behind. And that's a try. The ball went behind Martin Offia, and on the stroke of the hooter, Darren Wright picks it up and dives over. What a vital moment to score a try. The pass inside to Martin Offia was knocked down, but backwards, and it was Darren Wright who picked it up and dived over. A vital try as the hooter blew, taking the score to 12-4 for Widnes with the kick to come. And certainly Widnes have come right back after conceding that early try to Joe Lydon. And if Andy Currier bangs this over with the wind, Wigan will need all the backing of the wind and their own resource and skill in the second half. The hooter has gone, just time to take this kick. Could be a vital 2 points. Andy Currier has missed a simplish penalty earlier, and the wind can play tricks whether it's facing you or behind you, but Andy Currier could make it a 10 points margin. And he does so. Fine kick. The players come off, and at half-time the score is Widnes 14, Wigan 4. Wigan scoring first with a try by Joe Lydon. Then an Andy Currier penalty made it 2-4. Then a Martin Offia special cutting in from the wing, and the goal by Currier made it 8-4. And then just on the stroke of half-time, although the ball ran loose as Martin Offia attempted to catch it and score, Darren Wright was on hand to pick up and dive over Andy Currier's goal. The half-time score in this fourth Charity Shield game is Widnes 14, Wigan 4. We kick off for the second half in this Charity Shield final. The scoreline at half-time, Widnes 14, Wigan 4. In the second half, Wigan have this powerful win behind them, but Widnes have this 10 points lead. And they're using it already, Wigan, using the wind. The ball bouncing awkwardly for Thackeray. Thackeray getting up to play the ball. It's David Hume in possession inside the Widnes half, and Andy Currier breaking from acting half-back. Another break from acting half-back, and Currier drops the ball. So Wigan have it. Wigan will want to make quick inroads into this 10-point lead as Case throws it out to Bell to Shelford, and a lot of the cohesion and organisation that Wigan had in the opening minutes of the first half when there was so much on top appears to have deserted them for the time being. They do get a penalty. The allegation that Adrian Shelford had the ball taken out of his hands, something that Kurt Sorensen is inclined to contest. Lydon. Now it's Lydon's turn to use this strong wind, and he does so with a tremendous ground-gaining kick, which will put Wigan on attack. And a score for Wigan now would open up this game immediately. It's Kiss, Gregory, Case, bewildering series of moves. Tony Iro. Penalty, not letting him play the ball. Mr. Tennant very hot on this, and rightly so, because one of the disadvantages that the Great Britain touring team found in Australia was the Australian insistence on letting a man get up and play the ball. So many needless penalties were awarded against Great Britain because of slowness in getting up after a tackle. It's Joe Lydon. And I've just been told that the attendance this afternoon is just over 5,000, 5,044. It's a record attendance, and Joe Lydon misses a chance to take 2 points off the score. So a let-off for Widnes. It's Andy Currier kicks off against the wind, waiting for it, Tony Iro. Widnes 14, Wigan 4, but plenty of time left in the second half for Wigan to come back. It's Gill to Gregory. Good way, Shelford. Shelford being used as the battering ram again. But good tackling by Mike O'Neill. Now Case slamming forward. Widnes coming in hard at the tackle. Good way. Trying to bob and weave his way through. Manages to retain possession. Bit of a struggle though. It's Kiss. Kiss to Gregory. Gregory to Tony Iro. Good break by Iro. Rolls the ball out. And it's picked up by Mike O'Neill. Widnes have it with Ayres coming up, looking for a break, and brought down. Phil Mackenzie quickly up, acting half back to Grimmer. Joe Grimmer. Certainly we've had no let up in the tackling this afternoon. It's been a real trophy final between two great sides, two sides who beyond any doubt will make an impact on the game in the league this season. You'll find both these sides there or thereabouts when the honours are being fought out. That's Paul Hume from Brother David. And a penalty. Paul Hume was kneeled on in the tackle. And quickly taken before the Wigan forwards had time to get themselves straightened out and mentally ready. Andy Currier saw that and belted away. And now it's Mackenzie going again. Gets it out. Meant for Offia, and he lost it. So did Darren Wright, and first into it, Andy Gregory. Wayne. Kiss is acting halfback. And Gregory using the wind to find touch. Not even the speedy Offia can cut that one out. And the substitution is about to be made. It looks as if Mark Preston is being brought off. Mark hasn't had many opportunities to use his speed this afternoon. And it's a big forward, Ian Lucas, who's going on. Well, a tactical switch by Graham Lowe, which is being explained to Mark Preston. It's big forward Ian Lucas who's gone on. Hume for Widnes. Obviously Graham Lowe is going to reshape his back division and put a bit more beef on the park in the shape of this big lad Ian Lucas. But Widnes have possession at the moment with Mackenzie. Mackenzie, David Hume, Paul Hume. David Hume, short ball meant for Mackenzie. Having an excellent game in the loose, but he's lost that one. Shelford has got it. It's Gregory. Gregory waiting for Hampson to come up to Wayne. Wayne finding a whole nest of tacklers around him. kiss. And here's Lucas now, obviously been sent on to use that considerable bulk of his to drive holes in the Widnes defence. Gregory to Shelford. Shelford, another man who takes a deal of stopping the ball release, but I'm afraid even Dean Bell wasn't quick enough to meet the referee. The possession was lost, knock-on ruled, and it'll be a scrum. David Hume trying to whip away from behind the back of the pack. Goes the blind side. Mike O'Neill. It's Widnes in the driving seat at the moment, leading 14-4 and with possession. Dowd. Mackenzie is acting half-back. Ayres. Shelford appealing to the referee, and the referee ruling a scrum. Well, the front row forwards haven't got in. Andy Gregory got the feed, so the ball must have been lost. Byrne looking for space to get that ball out, but he gets none from the two Widnes centres, Currier and Wright. Bell. Wigan now desperately trying to pull back on this 10 points lead. Gregory to Lucas, the sub, on for Preston, and he lost possession. Sorensen to Mike O'Neill. Widnes playing now with a lot of confidence. They looked rattled when Joe Lydon got his early try, but in command at the moment as Sorensen goes forward, but he meets a battery of tacklers who slam him down. It's been a hard game, clean one, but very, very hard, as you'd expect from these two sides. Paul Hume, Richard Ayres trying to open up down the middle. He's well tackled and smothered by Lucas. But away goes Mackenzie. Oh, a wonderful break by Mackenzie, typical. And he's going himself. What a superlative try by Mackenzie from acting half-back. Right the way through from the acting half-back position. Wrong-footed Hampson and scores a magnificent individual try. That was superlative stuff by Mackenzie. He's gone from acting half-back so many times you'd think opponents would be ready for him. But even then, the gap was there. He went through it with such speed. And what a wonderful change of direction to wrong foot Hampson. Brilliant individual try by Mackenzie, and that stretches the Widnes lead to 18 points 4. And close enough to the post, one would think, to make Andy Currier's kick something of a formality. Currier setting it up. Well, this will be 20 points to 4, and an awful long way for even Wigan to come back. The wind again playing tricks. Andy Currier now, seeking to make it 20 points to 4. No mistake. Well, can Wigan fight back from that deficit? Really is a big one. And very unexpected between two well-matched sides. But the Wigan defence has been breached 3 times, and 2 of them individual runs by Offia and just now by Mackenzie. Richard Ayres up to the 25. Mackenzie, Hume, Hume dodges the tackle. Widnes full of fire and confidence, as well they might be, as Mackenzie goes again. Hume to Dowd. Dowd, a lovely kick. Found the gap beautifully. Oh, Wigan have a lot to do. They trail by 20 points to 4 after taking a 4-0 lead with a Joe Lydon try. And Widnes playing with tremendous spirit. That Mackenzie try came right out of the blue. Shortly after, Graham Lowe had substituted a forward, Ian Lucas, for a back, Mark Preston, and Mr. Tennant having a chat with these two forwards, Kurt Sorensen, who's been around quite a while, and Ian Lucas, who's not been around quite so long, and young forwards usually think twice before taking on Kurt Sorensen. Mr. Tennant obviously believes that's what was happening. It's Byrne. Byrne now to Lydon, to Byrne, and Byrne going through well to Hampson. Hampson coming up in the line, still running. Good break by Hampson. Good running by Wigan. Bell. Oh, nice break by Bell. He looks for support now. Gets it to Gill. Gill trying to weave inside. The long ball finds Hampson. Hampson looking to find men with him. To Lydon. Lydon trying to go outside. Thackeray gets it inside to Iro. But again, the Widnes tackling is absolutely perfect. It's Mike O'Neill who gets him. Case. And Wigan now stepping up a gear to try to get back into this match. It's Shelford. He's brought down 12-15 yards away from the Widnes line. Wigan badly needing a try to get back into this game. It's good way to Wayne. He's slammed down and the ball is lost. It's Widnes who have it. So Wigan attack loses its momentum as Kurt Sorensen just over the 25 line. David Hume, Paul Hume the long one to Offia. Offia can't get around Henderson Gill. He dribbles the ball up the middle looking to retrieve possession but loses it. It's picked up by Case and a penalty to Widnes of fire. Or Offia, as he prefers to be called, though he didn't make a fuss about it, he just let it be known, was obstructed. Banged into touch safely, no attempt to gain ground by Dowd, just safely into touch against this powerful wind. Rimmer over the halfway line. Hume to Sorensen. Sorensen going so powerfully. Right on the far touchline. Widnes in possession. Paul Hume, Mike O'Neill. Both these sides love to give the ball air. They always look to pass. It's Mackenzie. Mike O'Neill. Dowd. Well picked up by Byrne to Wayne. And a penalty. And it looks like another substitution by Wigan. They're bringing on Dennis Betts. And the man to go off is Adrian Shelford. Adrian Shelford, power man in the Wigan pack. Perhaps he's feeling an injury. Perhaps Graham Lowe wants to change the tactics, but he's now brought on his two forward subs. There's one of them, Ian Lucas. thundering forward. Case. Just outside the Widnes 25 line. Byrne and Gregory, the long one to Goodway. Goodway trying the short ball, picked up by Mackenzie, but a knock-on ruled. It was Goodway who couldn't hold that pass, and wasn't cleanly gathered by Mackenzie. Widnes leading 20 points to 4 in this Oakles Charity Shield game. Wigan badly in need of a score. They get possession from that one, and it's Byrne. Lydon, Dennis Betts, another substitute. Struggles towards the 25. Penalty to Wigan. Well, 2 points isn't of too much value at this stage to Wigan as they trail by 16, so they go for 6 more tackles and a possible 6 points somewhere amongst it. It's Gregory now, the move being called, similar to the Widnes one in the first half. 3 men with their backs to the posts. Byrne going forward. 3 men weren't needed. Except as decoys, it's Bell driving hard towards that elusive line, but again some strong Widnes tackling as they try to hold on their line. But if the ball moves out less quickly, Wigan could make something of it. There's Gregory to Betts down overlap on Hill, lucky for Goodway still driving. Can he get over or get the ball out? No, he's pulled down on the line, and if Andy Goodway had held that pass cleanly, 3 men overlapping, but still the chance is there with Tony Iro, and Tony Iro's in. So all that storm of attacking by Wigan finally brings its reward. Within seconds of Andy Goodway almost being there, Tony Iro crashes over to cut the Widnes lead to 12 points, with the goal kick to come. Well, an important kick, this one. Wigan need every point they can get. Joe Lydon not wasting time, clips it over coolly. 20 points to 10 now. The big Wigan contingent in this record 5,044 crowd giving voice now, trying to get behind their side. We've had a splendid match so far, and plenty more to come. Midway through the second half, Widnes 20, Wigan 10, but that Tony Iro try has given Wigan new heart. Courier, taken by Gregory to Betts. Dennis Betts, a good strong break. He made one of the plunges which led to that try. Now it's Gill. Kiss to Gregory, and Gregory managing to get the ball out somehow, but a bit of a scramble, and Gregory stays down. He ran into a fairly heavy tackle. I don't think it was intentionally a foul tackle. Gregory just ran full tilt into what must have felt like an express train. Andy Gregory resumes his place. But it's Widnes who have possession. David Hume, Darren Wright. Good tackle by Byrne to lodge the ball. Goodway. And gets the ball out before he's in touch. Richard Ayres brought down by Goodway. David Hume. Acting half-back, Mackenzie. Grimmer. We're having a splendid match here in this 4th Charity Shield final between two great rivals. There's Mackenzie floating it out to Thackeray. Thackeray kicking ahead. And Mr. Tennant moving purposefully over to award the penalty for obstruction. So Widnes now, as Derek Pike warms up on the touchline, just in case he might be needed. I think Thackeray has recovered quickly. But no, the number 10 is going up. Joe Grimmer's coming off to be replaced by Derek Pike. Well, Grimmer has done his share. Derek Pike, of course, former captain of Lee and a fine ball handler. I don't think that Wigan will take a great deal of comfort from seeing that substitution. Derek Pike, a real pack leader and ball handler. He'll certainly add something to the skills out there for Widnes and may have a quick opportunity to deploy them. Joe Grimmer has worked hard, done his share, battled well, and now Dougie Lawton tightening the screws by sending on Derek Pike. Sorensen to Ayres, and the ball runs loose and Wigan have it, so that's the end of that particular plan move. And offside, Andy Gregory anxious to get on with it quickly. Wigan know that time is not on their side, nor is the scoreline. 20-10 for Widnes as Joe Lydon bangs it deep. What a tremendous kick by Lydon, using the wind to the fullest advantage. A beautiful kick by Lydon. And now can Wigan get another try and really open this game up? Brian Case slamming for the line. He's lost it. Oh dear me. Well, what a time to lose possession on the first play the ball when you're on your opponent's line. And a veteran campaigner like Brian Case will not be happy about that. Widnes certainly will, as they come to bring the ball away through Sorensen, David Hume, Mike O'Neill. O'Neill, what a great servant he's been for Widnes, regarded in the Widnes camp as one of the most underrated forwards in the game. Always a worker and always liable to pull something out. Now Pike is in action. Mackenzie, Ayres. It's the final tackle, and it's Mackenzie. Everybody on as Gill knocks on. Go. I think Mr. Tennant is allowing that. 2 movements in picking the ball up. Gill and Offia having a little Barney for possession. Gregory. The long one to Byrne. Byrne, another long one out to Hampson. Hampson getting up like an India Oval ball. He has Bellas acting half-back to Case. Case to Gregory. Gregory still calling the shots for Wigan. Beautifully out to Wayne. Tony Iro. He's being held. Surely that's a penalty because Mike O'Neill certainly held on to it, either by accident or design. This is Wayne trying to find a hole through to Gregory. Gregory and Byrne. And it looks as though Brian Case might be the man who's in there. We'll wait till he gets up. But Byrne's final pass in that lovely move. Oh no. Mr. Tennant appears to have disallowed it. Well, the only thing he could have disallowed it for is presumably a forward pass. Well, there'll be some argument about that because it certainly looked a beautiful try, but Mr. Tennant has disallowed it. And the only thing we can presume is that one of the passes there was forward. Well, there'll be some arguments about that tonight. It looked Splendidly worked try. Not a lot of argument, in fairness, from the players, but then rugby league players are so disciplined. But it was a lovely move and looked worth a try, even if the final transfer didn't secure it. But it's Widnes now in possession. Courier. And Wigan have possession. Wigan now, after being disappointed, will now go again for a try that could bring it back to 2016 and would really make a magnificent finish to what has been a splendid game. Certainly this game will kill forever any theory there might have been 4 years ago that this would be just an exhibition match. It's a full-blooded trophy contest between two great sides, but that pass from Andy Gregory just a little loose. David Hume feeds, and Andy Gregory didn't retire. Perhaps I haven't explained the new law to Andy. He wouldn't take a lot of notes if he could get away with it anyway. Great battler, great campaigner, and a former Widnes player. Dowd bangs that into touch. Up comes Pike. Mackenzie looking for Sorensen. Sorensen coming on the burst. Again to Offia. To Courier. Courier plays it to himself. And didn't play properly, says Mr. Tennant. So Wigan have it. And a bit of slow motion delayed action there, but the ball was played before Gregory decided to pick it up. It's Tony Iro who's moved out to the wing now from the pack as the double substitution of forwards came. I think Mr. Tennant saw what happened there. Plays taking the sensible option of ruling a scrum, and since Wigan lost possession, he's giving the advantage to Widnes. But time running out for Wigan now. Close on half an hour gone in the second half, and 2010 to Widnes as Hume goes over the halfway line. It's David Hume, speared into the ground, but survives. Richard Ayres, Kenzie, David Hume. Derek Pike juggles with it, holds it, gets it out incredibly to Paul Hume. Paul Hume. Mike O'Neill. Widnes in full cry again. Sorensen. Nicely picked up by Ayres. Ayres to Mackenzie. Mackenzie, Pike, back to Mackenzie, Richard Ayres, Sorensen, and Sorensen slips within sight of the post and gets it out, and up comes Darren Wright, and even though Kurt Sorensen slipped 10 yards from the post, he still had time to get up and flick the ball out, but no try, not properly played. Well, perhaps it was even the changeover. Whatever happens, the try ruled out. So we've had one apparent try disallowed at each end. That evens the score. It's now Wigan. Gregory. Oh, great break by Gregory. A typical one. He's got Dean Bell with him. And kicks for Hampson and Bell, and finds touch. Andy Gregory probably thinking that Dean Bell would be caught as soon as he got the ball. Elected to kick, but it has. Took play down deep into the Widnes half as Wigan in these last 10 minutes or so attempt to pull back the 10 points by which they trail. Widnes 20, Wigan 10. taking a while to sort itself out. And it's Hume from behind the Widnes pack. The minutes ticking away for Wigan. Widnes on course at the moment to win the Charity Shield at their first attempt and to beat Wigan, who have won their 2 previous Charity Shield finals. It's Pike. Mike O'Neill. The match has been played in a tremendous spirit. There's been some fearsome tackling on both sides, but not a nasty incident. Mackenzie, Mike O'Neill, David Hume, high in the air, and that looks clearly a ball back job. Well, is this an opportunity for Wigan to make it a grandstand finish? Gregory to Case. Wigan 20 yards or so out. Gregory to Byrne. Byrne inside to Bell. Bell a little further. Brought down now as Wigan move into the attack, and a try now would make a most hectic last few minutes. It's Gregory inside to is that Goodway being hustled there? I think Goodway's the man with the ball, and 1 or 2 players are being pulled out before they get into trouble. It'll be interesting to see what Mr. Tennant rules at the end of this. Goodway was the man on the ground, and it's a penalty. He was undoubtedly hustled. Quick play the ball by Gregory. Gregory slips it to Tony Iro, big, strong, and in for his second try, and before the Widnes defence could gather themselves from that penalty, Andy Gregory whipped it away, waited for Tony Iro to come inside, and Tony Iro's now moved into the backs, goes in for his second try to make it 20 points to 14, the kick to come, and what a last few minutes we'll have. Vital 2 points now from Joe Lydon. If he lands it, it's 20-16. Wigan, who were 20 points to 4 down, have 2 Tony Iro tries to thank. Oh dear me. Joe Lydon misses. It remains 20-14, but still Wigan in with a chance of tying this game. Tremendous finish. This 5,044 crowd, a record for the Charity Shield in the Isle of Man, have enjoyed it, and Wigan fans are enjoying it a little more now as their team shows signs of making a great finish of it. Both sets of fans have had a feast of rugby this afternoon, and we've had some superb tries. Wigan being driven back. Widnes are not going to let their hold on the Charity Shield slip easily. Wigan, of course, last year's winners, but it's with Widnes at the moment as Tate sets off. And a strong run, he's brought down. Alan Tate thrown in as fullback this afternoon. David Hume. Widnes consuming valuable time, the seconds ticking away as the tackles do. Pike, the short one to Mackenzie, loses possession. Thrown out by Kiss to Gregory. Gregory to Hampson. Hampson still ducking and weaving his way out of tackles, but can Wigan now launch a final attack? It looks as if they might well get a penalty. Yes, indeed. Well, Joe Lydon's got the wind. He can bang this down deep. And then Wigan have 6 tackles. to run the ball at the Widnes defence. They trail by 20 to 14, but of course a try and a goal now would level it. So it's nerve-wracking for both sides, and particularly for Widnes. When they got to 20 points to 4 with that brilliant Mackenzie try, the game looked over, but it isn't yet. That's Lucas. Charging up, oh dear, Tony Iro. The pass bulleted off his chest, and that could well be Wigan's last chance gone, although still a couple of minutes left. It's David Hume, Pike, Mike O'Neill. Mike O'Neill holding on to it. Widnes, the coach Dougie Lawton and their side will be relieved to hear that final hooter, I'm sure. There's the long one flying out to Courier, and it goes down, so Wigan have another opportunity. Andy Courier's pass knocked down. Wigan now with a strong contingent of fans. Oh dear, poor Steve Hampson tried to retrieve his error, instead just knocked it into the hands of Richard Ayres. And Wigan all offside, so chance now for Widnes to cool it down, to take their time, to bang this one into touch and play 6. Widnes 20, Wigan 14. Mackenzie, Sorensen to drive the ball in. Oh, he's lost it too. A knock on. Well, we're getting errors, vital errors in these last few minutes, of course. Two tired sides. They've played nearly 80 minutes of punishing, hard trophy rugby at the top level. They don't come better than these two sides. Gregory has possession, quickly out to Byrne. Gill, now Gill, and what a valuable tackle that was by Barry Dowd. Wigan inside their own half, good way to Gregory, Gregory to Wayne, and it's dropped by Betts. Picked up by Thackeray. Hume. Mike O'Neill holding on to it. Mackenzie picked up by Richard Ayres, running beautifully. David Hume is there. He loses possession. That was almost the clinching try made by Ayres for Hume. But still, Wigan have a fighting chance. If only they can get away from their own half. They have a penalty. The crowd whistling for time, but the timekeepers still give some of the 40 minutes left. And is this the last hurrah for Wigan from that penalty by Joe Lydon? Waiting for the ball to come back. Another one has been sent on. Nicky Kiss. Widnes 20, Wigan 14. Brian Case, Kiss, Gregory. Good way, not able to pick it up, but Hampson does. Hampson. And there's the hooter. A deafening hooter, and Widnes have won the Oak Elves Charity Shield at the Douglas Bowl. The sun shining, 5,000 record crowd, magnificent game. Quick look through the pattern of scoring. It was Wigan who scored first. Bell floating out a pass to Joe Lydon, and at that stage Wigan looked on top. But then we had a penalty goal from Andy Currier, and a special by Martin Offier. Brilliant individual try. Currier the goal. Then just on the stroke of half-time, Darren Wright following up Offier and a Currier goal. 14-4 half-time. Another brilliant individual try for Widnes by Mackenzie. Currier's goal, and then a great rally by Wigan in which Tony Iro got 2 tries and Joe Lydon a goal, but it was just too late. It's the presentation time now. Wigan fans who enjoy this holiday in the Isle of Man have seen their side beaten for the first time. Widnes fans, their team in the Charity Shield for the first time, are probably here saluting their champions. And Kurt Sorensen comes up to pick up this very heavy Oakell's Charity Shield, and Widnes have started their pot hunting early. A match played in the most sporting of spirit. A lot of professional rivalry, a bit of needle, severe tackling, but nothing nasty at all. Yet again, a game, credit to rugby league. Cheers for the Widnes contingent as each of their players holds it up. Paul Hume, Martin Offier, getting a special one for his try. Mike O'Neill, ever the workhorse. Another great try from Phil Mackenzie. Derek Pike. Steve O'Neill, who didn't actually get on the field, but takes his share of the plaudits. And David Hume. And what a battle he and his mate from the Australian tour, Andy Gregory, had out there. And the mementos, of course. Well, the Widnes fans will probably celebrate tonight, but I imagine that the Wigan fans will know that that's only the first battle in what will probably be a whole series of them during the remainder of the season. Today it's been Widnes' turn. Who knows? Before long it'll be Wigan's. But here come Wigan, led by Andy Gregory. Steve Hampson. And Nicky Kiss and Tony Iro, whose 2 tries didn't save it for them. Adrian Shelford, Joe Lydon, and Andy Goodway. Not often Wigan are on the runners-up end of a trophy, but this afternoon they found a 20-4 lead too much. Ian Lucas, Mark Preston, Henderson Gill, Sean Wayne and Dean Bell. They'll take back their mementos and also the memories of a really splendid match. The final score, Widnes 20, Wigan 14.
A big Isle of Man welcome to Keith Macklin. Come on, Keith.
Well, once again, it's my pleasant job to introduce the 2 teams to you, so do gather round and get ready for them. But Brian Cartwright, of course, did a super job on the pitch this afternoon. Hold on a minute. Brian is also producing a tape of tonight's event, specially for the Blind Society, and it's going to be distributed among all the rugby league referees. Well, this is why I'll be wearing 2 microphones, one's for the Blind Society, that's switched on, Ryan. This is for the blind, and it will be distributed, I'm quite serious, among the blind societies throughout Yorkshire. All right. today we have a new name on the Rugby League Charity Shield. Now, just before we bring them, can I tell you, you probably know this already, that when the Heysham Ferry was cancelled at midnight last night, about 400 or 500 fans were left behind, and the majority of them were, I'm afraid, from Widnes. So that will probably explain the difference in the roars now, because how many people are in the hall from Wigan? And the gallant remnant, those who made it from Widnes. Thank you. I'm bringing them on now. Hold it, I'm bringing them on. And so it's only right and proper that we should welcome on stage the team that, after a magnificent game, took away Wigan's crown this afternoon. Will Dougie Lawton bring on the Kevins, Widnes. Led by the man of the match, Phil McKenzie. Richard Ayres, everybody on, the Manfred Gelter. Where's Dougie? Okay, ladies and gentlemen, bit of hush because I want to talk to one or two of them. We'd all like to hear, where's Dougie? Where's the coach? What have you done with him? All right, in his absence, can I ask to step forward the player who's just been announced the press's man of the match this afternoon, Phil McKenzie. Congratulations, Phil. Tremendous game. And of course, I think the thing that clinched it for you was that marvellous try. You must have seen the gap. When did you decide you were going to dummy Steve Hampson?
Well, it wasn't going to be a dummy to start with. I was going to kick the ball, in fact. He seemed to take it a lot earlier than I thought he would have done, so I just kept on it and scored the try. Obviously, I was very ecstatic at the time.
The Widnes side must be delighted to have beaten Wigan, because Wigan have not been beaten in the Isle of Man. They beat Hull Kingston Rovers, they beat Halifax, now you've beaten them, but it must have been a very hard game.
Every game against Wigan's a hard game. Probably contrary to personal belief that we probably should have beaten them a few times last year. I think justice was done today.
You think justice was done today? Well, thanks very much, Phil. And now Kurt Sorensen, the captain of the side. Kurt, you're going to have to talk over your own fans. You don't often have to do that. Kurt, a great battle this afternoon. Wigan, to their credit, came back from 20 points to 4 to 20 points to 14. Was there a stage near the end when you thought you were faltering a bit?
Yes, those last 5 minutes were very shaky, but yeah, our team pulled through, and I thought we deserved them.
When you got to 20 points to 4, you seemed well on top. Were you perhaps a bit overconfident there?
Yes, I think we started doing a few things that we shouldn't have done, and we paid the price. We're looking back in the game now.
Now, one more question, Kurt. Looking ahead to the season, this is the first match of the season. The league programme starts next Sunday. Are you confident of being able to hold on to your title?
It's going to be a long, hard slog for us, but we've got a team that's getting together and getting stronger all the time. So,
and I'll bet you'll imagine that Wigan won't be too far behind on this afternoon's performance.
Oh no, I think we're going to be right.
Kurt Sorensen, Phil McKenzie, and the Widnes team, thank you very much indeed. Now, Kurt, if
the captain of Widnes.
Thank you, John. Thank you, John. Thanks, Kurt. Now what do I do with it? You got to take it home with you, Kurt. It's very heavy. Right. Well, now, in keeping with the sporting spirit we always get on these occasions, Widnes have had their moment and they deserved it. Now, let's have a look at Graham Lowe and the Wigan team. Graham, this is the first time in 3 visits that Wigan have lost a Charity Shield final, but it was a very close run thing and you were coming strongly at the end, weren't you?
Yeah, well, I think Widnes totally outplayed us in the first half, but we got our act together a bit and they were a bit more urgency and a bit more purpose. But, you know, we weren't good enough in the end, and all credit to Widnes. I think the game's judged over 80 minutes and they were best in the day.
Well, you appeared to have the best of it over Widnes last season. It was said at the banquet that this might have turned the tide Widnes' way. Do you believe that?
Well, today's finished and done with. We're now looking forward to the league because we lost the league title last year and we're just looking forward to getting it back this year.
Thanks, Graham. Well, let's have a word now with 2 men who've had more than their share of injuries during the past season. And first of all, I think we ought to give a big welcome back to the man who was so unlucky not to go on the tour, and my we missed him, Steve Hampson. Well, Steve, it must have been a big day for you today. You're actually trying out arms and legs in competition again. What did it feel like?
It was just nice to be back, to actually get back into the fold of things, but I've got to give it to Widnes. They played very well today, can't take it away from them. But, we will be back. There's a league yet, there's everything else, we will be back.
Thanks, Steve. And also another young man that was unfortunately missed on tour. He only played 7 minutes of it, Sean Edwards. Sean, how is the injury? I gather it's not mending as quickly as you'd like.
No, it's coming up quite well, thank you.